We have all seen those spectacular scenes of pirates attacking big commercial ships in the Indian Ocean close to Somalia. The European Union has launched Operation Atalanta and sent warships, airplanes and helicopters to the area in order to protect European merchant boats. But what about the fishing vessels? How can the European Union protect the EU's tuna fishing vessels, for example, from pirate attacks? Following an initiative of the EPP Group, this question was debated by the Committee on Fisheries in the European Parliament. From August to November, the waters beyond Somalia's exclusive economic zone hold some of the planet's richest stocks of yellowfin tuna. But pirates have blocked access to these waters. Pirate attacks have continued despite patrols by foreign navies off the lawless Horn of Africa state. Monsoon rains over the past few months curbed the number of attacks, but they have now started to pick up again. During the debate organized at the European Parliament with representatives of the fisheries sector, European Parliament's Fisheries Committee Chairwoman Carmen Fraga asked EU governments to extend Operation Atalanta to combat piracy in the Indian Ocean and to protect European fishing vessels in the area.
We need to defend our sector to be there, because it's not possible to have alternative waters for them because they are full of vessels and the licenses, I mean, we cannot find any other. We have applied to 15 vessels to the Atlantic, but it's just full. We cannot put any more vessels over there. And besides that, I mean, from the economic point of view, this fleet in the Indian Ocean is very important for the industrial cannery in Europe, because 40% of the raw material, I mean the tuna, is coming from the Indian Ocean. Therefore, it's very important that they keep fishing there.
The EU fishing fleet has suffered several attacks by pirates in the area, the latest being the hijacking of the Basque vessel Atalanta and its crew of 36 more than a month ago. They are still detained. Spanish fleet owners have asked for military personnel to be stationed on their fishing vessels, arguing that their French counterparts have had Marines on board since July. In recent days, French Marines have repelled attacks by suspected pirates against fishing vessels, giving weight to the Spanish demands. Michel Gouzon, who heads a French trade body, the organization producers of frozen tuna, said that
our fishing vessels, which are permanently in the area of danger and which are very, very vulnerable, because when they are fishing they are immobilized for 2 or 3 hours. We could not ask Atalanta, or we asked, but Atalanta cannot provide a fishing military vessel behind every fishing vessel. It's not possible. So we had to find something else. What we have put in place with the embarked teams is complementary to Atalanta. It's compatible, it's complementary, and probably it could even be more integrated into the Atalanta, but it has to be on the base of national states, because if you want to embark military on board a vessel, you have to embark military from the same flag, from the same country, of the flag of the boat.
Chairwoman Fraga stated that the EPP will work in Parliament to modify the military operation in order to protect the EU fleet, because the actual mandate for Atalanta does not take into account the risks for European vessels fishing in the international waters of the Indian Ocean.
The EPP has been the one which has been trying to have this debate today with the sector, and secondly, we are fighting to. We have fight to have also a joint hearing with other committees, transport and international affairs committee, just to try to find which are the best solutions to include the fisheries sector in this Atalanta operation.
Michel Gouzon underlined that piracy has become an important economic factor for Somalia. The only solution is to fight piracy at its roots, something which goes beyond the possibilities of the European Union.
What we've heard from the people who know very well Somalia is that it's becoming an economy, and I think we have to counter this as soon as possible. So there are means at sea, fight against piracy, but I think there is also a lot of things that can be done on land. But, you know, it's nothing we can do as fishermen or as the EU even alone, but EU has to probably play a very important role in this. And one thing is that once there will be a government in Somalia, once there will be stability, then it will be possible for EU to have fishing agreements with Somalia.